Welcome everyone to this new 2021 special. In this special, I'm going to review some of my videos that I've done this year. And not only that, I will be also answering your questions and sharing some tips as well about how you can start urban exploration and give you some websites to get that ball rolling, as it is the new year. So I'm doing my good deed in helping you for those who want to get into urbex. So the first video that I will be reviewing on this special is the Job Center, and you can find all the full versions of these videos in the description box down below. So if you haven't seen them in full, now's your chance. So that's all watch the Job Center video that I've done this year. As you can see in that video, though, however, there wasn't that much to uncover on that explore. The building was in a dire condition. However, there wasn't any signage or any sort of history on that building. Specifically, that could lead us to how that building was over the subsequent years. However, it has been abandoned for some time. So that's about the job centre. So the next video we're going to be viewing is the shopping centre. But yeah, that was the shopping centre explore. There was lots of shops derelict on that time of visit. However, I did do a report on that very recently to show what the current state of that site is now. And you can watch that on the channel. But yeah, we found a lot of history behind that place and that location. There was loads of shops there. There was even a little bit of a theme park at some point there as well. So that one really was a special one to go to because you don't often see a derelict shopping centre like that. So that's been a very good one to do this year, and we're so glad as well that we got that chance to visit it and document it. So the last one I'm going to review today on this special is the nursing home.
Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly, and I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver, no more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar, bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now, to where we started out. Get me out of now, to where we started out. La 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 la. Get me out of broken.
So yeah, that nursing home visit there just shows the deterioration of that site as it become, further destroyed and derelict. It just shows that deterioration over time. That, however, we didn't get as close as we would like to because of the restrictions that was on that site at the time, which is a shame, really, because if there were more of an access point into that building, there would be more to show. But from the outside and the interiors and the out interiors, you can see a lot. You can just see the history of that place and how it was, and just how gradually it changed from when it was derelict. I personally would think that dereliction happened maybe 10 plus years ago, because you can see the peeling plaint, you can see everything on there. But that one was a truly special one because it just doesn't show the deterioration like that. So that was a really special one to go to and document for the future decades ahead. So we're just going to leave it there at the moment. We're going to take a little break and then we'll return. We're then going to answer some frequently asked questions, and I will then tell you then what's next in the new year. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in 3.
Today, I'm going on my holiday, feeling happy, feeling good. So much to do, gotta get there before the day is through. Time for fun now, no more work to do. Hunter's promise, no holiday of your life, just for you. Hunter's promise, no holiday of your life, just for you. Feeling alright, going down to the disco tonight, dancing with my girlfriend, cocktails and shoes. Not far away, burning miles on the motorway. See it in the distance now. Hear what I say. I'm just promise a holiday of your life, just for you. I'm just promise a holiday of your life, just for you. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, spin around, jump up and down. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, spin around, jump up and down, shout. All this promise, no holiday of your life, just for you. All this promise, no holiday of your life, just for you. The sun's on my back, can't wait to get my band some thanks. Taking the dive down, the water's cool, fun in the air, smiling faces are everywhere, feeling so happy, the holiday starts here. Hunter's promise, a holiday of your life, just for you. Hunter's promise, a holiday of your life.
Sorry about that. I had my mic switched off. So yeah, welcome back everyone from the commercial. I am now gonna answer your frequently asked questions about myself and how I started Urbex. So let's ask the first one. So the first question I received is, what is my favorite urban explorations? Now I do have 3 explores that are my favorite. All of them are favorite, no matter if the video lengths are not where I would want it to be. They're all my favorite. So let's clarify that question, and I'm now going to show it on the screen. So this is my first favorite explore, and as you can see on there, it's called the Derelict Pub, South Wales. Obviously, I don't think the sound will come through. But that's my favorite explore, because the reason being is you could see the insides of that place, and you can uncover so much more than from going outside of that property. And the history that I found in that property alone was quite insane, and I really loved that explore. I loved it. It was just a pure highlight. It was jackpot, and I'm so glad that I've been able to visit that place. But the second place that is my favorite is the Abandoned Asylum. Now, the reason why I chose this as my second place is because, well, there's no really apparent reason. It's just my second favorite. But yeah, this is the Abandoned Asylum. The reason why I've chosen this as in my top 3 is because you can see all the chains I was used. You can see the deterioration in the walls, in the windows. You can see everything. And it really is a fantastic explore, because you just don't see that every day. As I just go further on, you can uncover a lot more in the deterioration on the floor, how the ceilings were made, and you can see everything. So that really was an eye opener. But that's history that we're uncovering. Every time I do these explores, these are real history. And no matter if it was a chapel, you're uncovering history no matter where you go to. So that is my second favorite. My third favorite is the Abandoned Petrol Station. Now, I've chosen this third, reason being is because it was quite small in general, and there wasn't really much I could document. However, you can see the deterioration in the pumps, the shop as well. You can see everything from that. However, and again, you just don't stumble across a abandoned petrol station. Every petrol station goes nowadays
garages
are all in use. So seeing one that's abandoned and derelict, this really is awesome. It really is awesome.
all destroyed by the looks of things.
But you can watch the full video on the channel. So yeah, I hope that answered that first question there. So do I feel nervous to enter an abandoned building? Now, the first time that I did do urban exploring, I do admit I was a little nervous, because it's a new experience for me. It was a new challenge that I assigned myself to do. So you have to embrace that. I did in the end. I overcome that by doing it. Because if you're just going to stand and hover thinking, should I go in or should I not? You're not going to go in. So I forced myself into effect, and I'm glad I did. Because I explored a lot of things. I uncovered a lot of things as well. So that really was a good thing to do in the end. Have anything went wrong on my outings? Now, this is a pretty good question. I wouldn't say it went wrong necessarily. I did have an issue though with my camera. Did have a camera to explore with. It's somewhat now not a good piece of equipment to use nowadays because of the shortages in the battery, and it's not really reliable. So in that case, I do take my iPhone with me, and I do take a body cam, and I also take a backup phone should I need that. So that's what I explore with at the moment. I do have a new camera for my Christmas present, and that will be used for an explore in the new year as well. But yeah, so besides Urbex, then, what would I do? So besides Urbex, there's only two things I would do. One of them being reaction videos, that's the most likely, and another one would be cooking tutorials. Now, I have done that on my other um, social platforms years ago, but I've never brought them back since because they wasn't the most popular ones to watch. But yeah, reaction videos would be something I would do if I didn't do Urbex 6 months ago. If I had to showcase my urban explorations via photos or videos, what would it be and why? Now, this is quite interesting because with a video camera, you can uncover a moving sort of cinematic motion. And you can just pause it on a frame and you just wanted to absorb that frame. Now, if I had to physically choose, and I know it might not be everyone's favorite, but I would document it in photos. Now, photos, you can really sit down and just absorb what you're seeing. Whereas videos, you go stop, pause. So photos would probably suit everyone, and it'd probably be the best way to document it in that way. But I do photos and videos, just to make it more better, and to make footage as well as stills. So how long does the editing process take? Normally, on an urban exploration, or if I do travel videos, or if I do other sorts of content, it takes me an average of 45 minutes to an hour. Depending on the file sizes, it takes me up to an hour and a half. But I always do high quality videos, high quality photos, and I don't tend to let that really defeat the quality of my work. Have I got caught on a site while exploring? The only time really that this would actually come into relevance is when I asked for permission. Now this would be the derelict mansion I've been to. There were builders on that site, and I politely asked for permission to document that site. Now, as you can see in that video as well, that we didn't have much time on that land, and I couldn't really uncover as much as I would like. But it was nice enough to have permission, so you shouldn't really go that extra mile and defeat what they advise you not to do, sort of thing. But I think you got the base of what that site was, so didn't technically mind that, but obviously my community and my viewers would want a little bit more on that, and I do apologize. What equipment do I use? I might have answered that already. But yeah, I think that's all the frequently asked questions, and they have been very good to answer them. So how I started urban explorations. Now, I don't think I really answered this in detail, so I'm just going to give an answer here as well in case I didn't. I started urban explorations back in May. Now, I did get into it virtually by watching other people's content, e.g., Bearded Reality, Top Abandoned Places, and those channels. Now, when you watch them for a while, when you watch their ventures, I thought I could be the next one just to pick up a camera, do some research, and get out there and explore it. And that's what I did in the end. How I didn't do that at the start of the year, I don't know. Perhaps I was still thinking about it, perhaps I was still thinking, is that the right category to go into? And I just did it in the end. I just did it in the end because it's something new to the channel. It's something that viewers would want and would want to be interested by. So we did that in May. So that's how I got into it, really. I mean, obviously now I won't change my urban explorations. I will keep doing them in the new year and for how long I could find places. So that's something there. I won't give up on my adventures. So to conclude this broadcast, I'm going to share with you what's upcoming now in the new year. So the videos that I've got lined up are well and truly now up until the end of March. And I'm just going to give you a little now sneak peek of what videos are to come. And you can see these anytime on the channel as well. So let's share them to you. As you can see on there, so if you go on to videos, You can see there's abandoned mining hall, abandoned chapel, abandoned mining site that's coming up next month as well. So we got derelict factory this Sunday, and abandoned supermarket that's to come up as well. So we got loads and loads of videos upcoming. E.g. exploring a former factory. So we do have loads. Abandoned mining hall as well, a dance studio. So they will make a very interesting watch, and I do advise you not to miss them as well, because they are a must see. Every explore that I do, it's just a must see in general. So I'm just going to give you a little bonus tip now then, in how I can influence you to start urban exploring. Now I'm just going to give you some sites so you can research in your own time, not necessarily this weekend. It can be any time that you wish. It's just give you some extra resources and get that ball rolling for you. So this forum is called 28 Days Later. Now, I do advise that if you do use these services, be advised that if you go out and explore them and they're not there, it's because the forum probably needs updating to prevent people from going there and traveling, and for it not to be there. So that's just a little advisory there. But as you can see, so my site's reporting discussions, underground sites, what's new, groups, new threads. So you've got a little base there of a forum. The next forum I'm going to demonstrate is this one. You can find loads of forums, but this is just a highlight of the top 2 I would personally recommend. And that's called Opacity. Opacity. So you got the Tamarack Lodge, you got Lyman School for Boys, Detroit Osteotic Hospital. So if we just click on that, we can see some history. So it was closed in 1991, decaying for 30 years, and that's the place there. As you can see, 2008. Gives you a bit of history, gives you a bit of photographs. So with that base, and only know that images from that building, you can kind of get more information by just viewing the source a bit more and just relaying whatever sources you have, and you'll find that location. It does take a bit of work, but going out there and picking up a camera and just flying out the door to do urbex is not that simple. So you do have to have patience if you want to go into that field. But that's it from me, everyone. I hope you're going to have an amazing 2022. And it's been amazing to do this 2021 last special. And I hope you enjoyed. If you are watching this on replay and you would like some tips, or you like some information, or just anything you like to ask in general, you can message me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And you can find that information out on my website at www.globaldiscoveries.co.uk. So until the new year, have a very good evening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Take care, stay safe, and peace out.